Welcome, travelers, tea drinkers, and troublemakers to the Gilded Coin Tavern. I'm your Tavern Keeper, master of mug, teller of tales, and keeper of the fire that fights the infection. And tonight, we are purifying the perch. First off, I'd like to say happy birthday to Aiden. Thank you for joining us tonight on your special night. Or should I say Miss Poundswell, the tavern chef. And a 1. And a 2, and a happy birthday to you. That's all you get. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you brought snacks. I had a bit of a little technical difficulty. My tablet doesn't want to connect to the internet at the moment, so I've got you on my old phone hooked up here on my new wonderful tavern drawer. So I will try to keep up with you guys as you are chatting in there, but it's a bit of a small screen. May we have... Boo, sing the whole thing. Okay. Boo, sing the whole thing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. That's everyone clapping for you around the world. You're very welcome. So, when last we left off, we left our would-be hero, Logan Wafret Daria, in a stone druidic storehouse filled with enchanted troughs and murals of the different biomes from around the world. The storehouse had barricaded the front door, and we had crazy magic plant zombie things trying to break our way in. Our guide here, Silverwing, had just taken a face full of black pollen and fallen to her presumable doom. However, Tizzy was able to scale the side of the wall, kick her down to us. We caught her, barricaded ourselves in here with our new person, Ipari, the rabbit guy. The rabbit folk here at the Perch, the wilder enclave that we have going on. Now, before we jump into that, I'm just going to point out that we do have a bit of a change to the set. My wonderful wife, Mommy Yo, has rearranged things for me so that I have a full little office workspace area. So things are a little bit different this time around, and I'm still working on... Yeah, dog, I got shelves, bro. What up? We got shelves. I even have drawers. Look at all these drawers. I got 4 drawers and 7 scores ago. Got a thing up here. I got all kinds of stuff. Our set's really coming together. And our light's in a nice place so that it highlights the top of our desk so that you guys can see everything. I'm pretty excited about it. So big shout out to Mommy Yo. Thank you so much for doing this for me. Starlight Roseheart. Thank you for joining us, Starlight Roseheart. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you like our setup. It's been a work in progress. There has been good days and there have been bad days. Got shelves. Yeah, big dog. Yes, thanks, Mama Yo. So, as I said, last we left off, we stood at a alchemist work table in a druidic workhouse. Enchanted troughs, each one tinted, blah, blah, blah. We had the different biomes of the world, so there were deep green forests and evergreens, dripping rain jungles, and one pale sandy corner that seemed to radiate heat. In the corner of the room sits an alchemist work table, half shrine, half crime scene, it would seem, surrounded by Logan, Tizzy, and Ipari, the rabbit folk I had just mentioned. 3 jars filled with clear liquid, a small vial, slightly yellow, and smelling of citrus. This was the part everyone was so tired last night, 2 weeks ago, that we couldn't do. Yes, also welcome, Starlight Rose. I'm sorry if I didn't finish welcoming you. I always have the jitters in the beginning. It takes me a moment to kind of settle in. Thank you very much, Starlight, for joining us, and what a wonderful name that is. So, crap, which one is this? No. In front of us, on the table, we have 3 jars of clear liquid. And we had a super cool teapot is a lovely name. TK, you're among family. Don't have jitters. Yeah, I always do. I settle. You guys know me. I settle in after the first 5 minutes. I'm a bit of an overthinker before that. So we used to have this super cool 2-tiered teapot that would brew it in the top and it had a magnet that would pull it to the side and would drizzle down. If you go on YouTube, I'm about to upload it. It'll be called Tavern Tea, Episode 1. You'll see the very cool teapot, and then you'll never see it again because I've broken both parts of it and had to throw it away. But I do have this super cool giant mason jar. So in place of that 2-tier teapot, we have this mason jar. So we have 3 jars of clear liquid. We have our small vial of slightly yellow citrus-smelling liquid, and then we have our teapot that is full of a deep royal blue substance. The top one seems to be full of blue and slightly green flowers and stems, and the bottom is empty. Well, it was empty. We pulled a lever. After we pulled the lever, it started to drip the blue tea down. Hold on, let me get all my props ready, and then we'll continue from there. How was your birthday, Aiden? Did you do lots of cool stuff? Have a good dinner? Oh, I bet we have to mix things to make colors. Oh, maybe it's a little color thing. Let me see if I got this right so you can see this color change as it happens. Forgive me if the lights get too bright. I believe I set it to this one. And then I go here. Yes, fantastic. I'm getting pretty good at this, guys. So I don't know if you can see our lovely shades of blue running down the side here. 50 shades of blue, if you will. So a small vial, slightly yellow, sharp with citrus. A 2-tier teapot dripping a blue liquid into the bottom pot. Slow, patient, and inevitable, it would seem. There's a bag of loose leaves and blue leaves and flowers beside it. The desk is a mess. There's scattered jars, cups, anything that could be used to held the liquid seemingly had. Anything, yeah, I just said that. Strewn about were remnants of liquids of many colors. Ipari explains in a trembling breath. Bart, the badger, he mixes blood from the sick in the top pot. He brews it in the blue leaves, mix it in the jars, and add some other ingredients. And the sick drink the jars in a specific order. Pinned beneath the jars, on a stone weight, is a list. Handwriting seems to get progressively more erratic and angry. It has, if you guys want to write it down, go ahead. But it's a series of letters that have been crossed out. BBP, crossed out angrily. BBG, crossed out again. GGG, crossed out again. BPG, crossed out again. And GBP, crossed out once more. And just beneath it, in the most horrible handwriting that could yet barely be legible, is BBP. There's an arrow, and it points to GP with a check mark above it, and beside it, a G that has been scratched out. Angrily written beside that is the word need and Frost V. These words, like the letter V. These words trail off in angry scribbles, like the writer couldn't hold still long enough to finish the thought. Across the room, Silverwing lies on a greenhouse table, an impromptu bed. Unrestrained, shaking, and breathing shallow. Her wing and arm both rest at odd angles, and the storehouse is quiet, but things are far from calm. And that's where we left off last time. Everybody was very tired from our longest stream yet. It had been 2 hours. I bet we have to... I chilled at home and watched D&D stuff. Chilling at home and D&D stuff is the dream, right? Can you say that slower? I absolutely will repeat the letters again for you guys. The first set Let me turn this down. The first three, and it's a series of 3 letters each. The letter B, B, and the letter P. The second set is the letter B, the letter B, and the letter G. The third set is the letter G, the letter G, and the letter G. The fourth set is the letter B, the letter P, and the letter G. The fifth set is G, B as in boy, and P. And beneath it, the ones that had not been crossed out, was B, B, P, so boy, boy, pizzazz, then an arrow pointing over to G, P, so girl, pizzazz. There were parentheses around that, and beside that was the letter G, but that was marked out. And then in angry handwriting beside that trailed off in scribbles that you couldn't understand, were the words need, and then frost, the letter V, and then the scribbles. Was that slow enough? Oh man, the screen's looking good today, guys. So far, so good. Got it. Fantastic. I even have a cool table over here that you guys can't see that I can put all my stuff on beside the shelves. Pizzazz. Yeah, I was like, what's a P word that I can say? Oh, not that one. Let's say pizzazz. I have a cool bag of all my dice in case we need them. I have a sweet book. I have my other book. Oh, look at that. Look at our tea. It's really getting there. Then over here I have Logan's dice. They are very cool, shiny blue and brown metallic dice. Did you get Tizzy dice? Ah, that's so funny that I started talking about that. And then here I have our Tizzy dice. These are beautiful dice. I really enjoy these. My wife helped me pick them out. Once again, thank you to Mama Yo. You're brewing... How do you always guess it? Yes, I'm brewing butterfly pea tree flower, or pea flower tea. Yes, I am. Good job. Call me out in the sleepy time smoke, too. You're good at this. Can't really... I don't know if you can see them. But they're a wonderful mix of colors. You get some blues, some pinks, and they're all shiny. I have Tizzy dice. Here, we have Logan dice. I really enjoy these. I typically don't enjoy the color brown, but it mixed so wonderful with this blue, and there's just almost a deep green in there that I really enjoy. And then over here, I have a plethora of DM dice, should I need them. You do know your tea. Absolutely. Love the dice. Thanks, I'm glad you like them. So, we had Ippity on our right, we had Tizzy on our left. Tizzy, as always, was in a tizzy, and she's frantically looking over these notes, seeing what she can understand. You have a beating sound coming from your door as the infected residents of this enclave continue to beat on the stone door behind you. Doesn't seem that they have let up at all. Silverwing is rolling on the table you left her on, moaning and clutching at her shoulder and her wing that are both jutting out at odd angles. And Ippity is positively buzzing beside you with nerves and sadness. So, as he told you, while I was nervously trying to read through my reminders here, what Bart the Badger, who was the herbalist here, who took care of this greenhouse/storehouse, would do is he would take a bit of the blood from an infected person, if should they have a sickness. He would put it in top and he would brew it with this tea. He would drip that down into the bottom, and then he would pour them into these 3 separate jars here, and then he would use that. Man, this puzzle's not going to be hard for you, Aiden. You're going to get it. You're going to know everything. So he's going to use that to determine what the sickness is and what the cures are as well. I think we need to take Silverwing blood and put it in the top of the pot. So Logan looks at Tizzy and says, yeah.
I think we need to take some blood from Silverwing and put it in the top of the pot.
Tizzy looks at Ippery and says,
Is that it? Is that how this works? What do we do?
Ippery will fidget nervously, and he'll say, No, that can't be right. The tea won't turn blue until the blood is added. When you add the blood, the tea turns blue. Someone's blood is already in that pot. Ippery! Citrus combined with butterfly pea flower equals purple. IRL at least. Almost everything, all of the citrusy things, well, I'm not going to tell you. You'll figure it out. We can roll some investigations. You'll figure it out. You tell me what you want to do. But if you guys want to try to make a cure for Silverwing, it would seem that you should take blood from Silverwing and start a new pot. I think blood mixed with blue will be purple. What's up, shops? Didn't welcome you in. Dude, that was a good burger the other night. I sent it in the pantry. Everybody was loving the burger. They said it was so good you had to kill it twice. So the tea brews clear, and then when you add the blood, it turns blue. So it would seem that there was already blood in that pot. Now you can try to use that to cure Silverwing if you like. Yes, start a new pot with blood from Silverwing. I'm guessing the letters stand for colors. We could also absolutely start a new pot for Silverwing, and you're guessing the letters stand for colors. Sweet. So we'll go to take blood. So do you want to go take blood from Silverwing, start a new pot? Is that what we'd like to do next? Start new pot. Fantastic. So we'll go to Silverwing and we'll approach her. And how do you want to take this blood from her? Does she have a cut already? As gently as we can. Maybe use one of the empty cups to hold it. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So we could rinse out. I'm sure we still have our rations and stuff on us, so we can rinse out a cup, bring over to go check on her. She's tossing and turning kind of feverishly. She's making faces and grunting as she's rolling back and forth. Her fists are clenching together and jerking out kind of spastically. If she doesn't have a cut, maybe a small dagger cut. She would probably have, she did take quite a bit of a beating when she took that fall from the from the top garden. So I would say that it's fairly likely. Let's do our first roll. First roll, is Silverwing bleeding already? Absolutely, yeah. So as you approach, you can see there's a small pool of... Welcome. Hey guys, also let me know, our buddy Hueymon, he said Nightbot often is calling him out saying, don't send so many messages and stuff like that. Let me know if Nightbot's annoying. I'm still a little, not very proficient. My proficiency's about half in Nightbot right now. I got him up, but he doesn't always follow my instructions. So I would say you'd easily be able to get a small amount of blood off of this table. And as you guys walk back across the room, you're going to notice that most of the room does not seem to be in any kind of disorder. It just seems to be as everyday it should be. There are the places where you've taken the tables to create your barricade, and there are a few troughs that seem to have been knocked over, and they kind of lead towards the back of the storehouse. You notice the mess grows worse towards the back, yeah. There's some broken glass, there's more spilled stains, maybe even a few scratch marks along the troughs there. As we go back to the top, we'll take the tea we've already brewed, put that to the side, and then we'll find another pot, slide that underneath, and we will throw it in the top. We'll put some hot water in there, wait a few minutes for the tea to brew, and as you drop in the few drops of blood from Silverwing, the tea is going to immediately become a bright crystal blue, and then it'll fade into a deep royal blue color. Can we poke into the back and check out there's no one there while tea is brewing? Can we have Tizzy or Rabbit Guy investigate the back room while we brew the tea? Up to you guys. Do we want to go check out the back, or do we want... Ooh, this will be our first vote. First vote. Do we want to stay with the tea, or do we want to go investigate the back of the room? Everyone send a thumbs up for tea, thumbs down for back of room. We should go, I think. All right. Like I said, I had a bit of a technical issue with my tablet, so I wasn't able to run it. But I even have Nightbot set up to where I can run polls. I just can't run it off this phone yet. All right, we got a yes. Thumbs up for stay. Thumbs down for go. I got 1. 1 for stay. 0 for go. 2 for stay. 2 for stay. 0 for go. No, wait. Maybe I should have made that vote a different way instead of a thumbs up and a thumbs down. So 1 and 1. We got 1 stay and 1 go. We got 1 stay and 2 go. I swear to God, we're getting better at this. All right, cool. So that's 3 votes. I don't see anyone else voting yet, so looks like we are going to go check it out. Wonderful. First Logan roll. Sweet. I have so much space over here, guys. I can keep Logan's sheet over here off screen. I have an off screen area. Do you know how cool that is for me? It's off screen. It's not on the screen. His investigation is a +1. You get a 5. So, all you're going to notice as you walk through these enchanted troughs are, again, it seems that they're from different biomes. Each of the plants here are in a separate trough or plant, jar, stone pot, what have you. And each of those has a stone light above it that seems to shine at a different level of brightness and warmth. The closer you get to the back, the more exotic it becomes. There's rainforest areas, there's a small desert area, and each of these areas have different plants. As you get to the far back, you notice a stone door with some runes carved on it, but you don't notice anyone around. You do notice that the mess leads from the table to the stone door. Yeah, 5 skis. That's about, I think that's what you notice, with your passive investigation, probably, or passive perception, probably. Arcana check on the door. Oh man, his dice are not doing well today. 3, I don't know how much Arcana you have, but I know it's not that much. Plus a 1, so a 4. They are stone runes. They seem to be glowing faintly. That's about all you're getting from them. Dice jail. Oh, dice jail? Should we pick out a new set of dice? Are we dice jailing him? Because I'm just waiting for someone to say I don't have enough dice. Not calling anyone out there. Not saying anyone may have challenged me in the past about whether or not I have enough dice. Put the DM in dice jail. Boo! The doors. Can they unknowingly be opened? What do you mean by that? Do you want to try to open the door? Look, the dice are telling a story. Let's go with it. Dude, we're just getting all the bad rolls out early. That's all that is, big dog. Getting the bad rolls out early. Ruin implies some sort of protective magic. No, can they be opened by the things? Are we dumb enough to try it, we think? Are we dumb enough to try it? I don't know. Are you dumb enough to try it? The doors just have stone handles on them. They're stone double doors. Looks like they're simple push-pull doors. No open, no open. No open, no open. I would say this is probably taking you about 15, 20 minutes, and you hear Tizzy. Well, let's see if I can get the Ippery voice. Ippery! Logan! The tea is ready! Ready! The tea is ready! I'll get there. Barricade while we fix the tea. No, let's go back to the tea. No, open, no, open. So up to you guys. Hold on, real quick. This has no bearing at all on anything. Is this your guys' left or right? This is your right, correct? Left. Oh, cool. So I did that right. Okay, well, I had it wrong then. This is your left. Good. I was like, oh no, do I have to move things? But no, everything's straight. So, ignore that, and we head back to the tea. Your tea's bloom blue. You still hearing your from the door. Silverwing is still rolling around a bit feverishly. See, tea time with the bunny, Alice in Wonderland. A la Alice in Wonderland. So yeah, you guys head back to the tea table. As you get there, Ipari has chatting with Tizzy a bit nervously about his time as a brief apprenticeship here with Bart. He says, Bart was absolutely, he was untenable. He was very, very particular about how things went. And when you didn't do things the right way, he had a very sharp tongue. And then it's over to you. Open world. I mean, a little bit of a closed world. Let's pour some of the teas and try to give it to Silverwing. All right. Are we pouring tea? Is it tea time? All right, let's see if I can do this without spilling. First one. Second one. And final. Is this tea the same color as the last pot that was brewed? Let's pour some of the tea and try to give it to Silverwing. The purple in the jar has citrus in it. BBP. Let me answer those in order. Is it the same color? It was a lighter blue. The first one was a deep royal, very deep, almost purple until you could see it in the light. This one, the color that from the blood from Silverwing, was still a deep blue, but it was not quite that of a deep blue. You could still see the light passing through it. Next. What was the next question? The purple has citrus in it. The purple is the jar that has citrus in it. BBP. Correct, BBP. Blue, blue, purple. What does that mean again? Blood plus blue equals purple, maybe. BBP was crossed out. But down underneath, it was BBP, and then he had an arrow pointing towards the next one, and it was GP, and then the letter G again, but it was crossed out. And then he wrote Need Frost V beside it. BBP was scratched out, except it had an arrow pointing to GP. Correct, yes. At the very beginning, the very first one was BBP, but it was crossed out. Then, underneath, it was like the top one was circled, coming down underneath, a little arrow pointing to it. I'm adding that in now. I didn't say that before. It was BBP, and then a little arrow pointing over to G. Let me say it, make sure I get it right. G, P, G, and then G was crossed out.
All right, tall boy, did you see anyone in the back? What's back there?
First or second G? Second G. GPG, the second G is crossed out. That was me trying to do the Tizzy voice. I was trying to do Tizzy without saying Tizzy says. I didn't see if you caught that. What is Frost V? Seems like we need Frost related V. What is Frost? We need a good Frosty V, huh? So you could ask, what is Frost V? I'm going to do a roll for Ipari.
What is Frost V?
And one for Tizzy. Tizzy got, and Ipari got. Frost V. Frost V. Perhaps that's in the winter room, in the back, behind a big stone door. That is where we keep the plants that need the cold rather than the warm. Vine, maybe? Is there an icy biome spot in the shed? Perchance something like a vine. Ooh, good idea. So let's look around. Oh, nice. With his... Oh, yes, you don't have a great perception, do you? I think it's a minus... Perception -2. Well, with the -2, you still get a 10. So as you look around and you begin to search... Back to the door. On your way back to the door, in the temperate forest area, you'll see some hazelwood and some bushes. In the evergreen, you'll see some fir trees, bonsai fir trees, in small pots. And those pots will be covered in a needly moss. In the rainforest, you'll see some trees with, bonsai trees with thick leaves, pale bark. Desert corner will have some pale barked scrub as well with chalky leaves. And as you approach the back room, you will notice that the temperature does drop briefly. So you head to the back door, and Ipri will go with you. Tizzy says,
You go investigate. I'll stay here and try to read this madman's writing.
And Ipri will hop off with you over to the back door. His voice jumps as if a thought kind of bites him, and he'll say, The list, the inventory list, it's listed beside the door. I'll get better at the voices. I've been doing YouTube videos on the drive to and from work on voice acting tips, so it's getting pretty good. Yep. So you approach the back door, and you notice this time there is a list on a clipboard. A stone clipboard that's been nailed into the wall, and it's got a series of things on it. Read the list. All right, big dog, reading the list. Winter time, yarrow, juniper sprigs, birch sapling, bonsai form. Frostmane, appears like a vine sculpted from ice. Snowberries, white berries with pale pink leaves. That's your list? Read the list. Frostvine. Frostvine. Some Frosty V. Get that big Frosty V. So you hear Tizzy call from the front.
That's it, tall boy. You head out there. I'll hang back. Let me know if you need support. Emotional. Specifically. If you need emotional support, I'm here for you.
And then Ipari grabs a fur coat off of the coat rack nearby, and he'll throw it on your back. And he says, "Do not tarry long. It's very cold in there." And he'll grab the handles and he'll open the door for you. A wave of cold flows from the room. Do we enter the room? Wow, did we really get outsmarted by a fridge? LOL. Did you get outsmarted by a fridge? I don't know what you mean by outsmarted by a fridge. You guys rolled pretty badly on the perception when you were going back there to check it out, so you didn't see the list. What was the description of Frostmane again? There probably wouldn't have been one on the list. I know I said one, but... No, there probably would have been. I lied. So there was wintertime, yarrow, juniper sprigs, birch, sapling, in a bonsai form. And then we have snowberries, white berries with pale pink leaves, and frostvine. Appears like a vine sculpted from ice. Let's go look for something frosty and viney. Surely we won't roll poorly again. Surely not. Let's get all the bad rolls out of the way. Can you see the colors? You can. Yarrow, not euro. Did I say euro? I didn't mean to say euro. Don't call me out on stuff like that. Jeez. You misheard me because the music was so loud. Go find an icy vine. I thought I said yarrow. Yarrow. Like arrow? Yarrow? Right? Okay, cool. So you guys enter the room. As you look back over your shoulder as Ipari closes the door behind you, you see Tizzy pointing her wrench towards the doors, like she's assigning a job at a workshop almost. And Ipari says, "Pound twice and I'll let you out." "Pound twice and I'll let you out." Logan, in his thick fur coat, with one last glance back at Silverwing's writhing form, enters the back room. The back room is the winter equivalent of the front. There's stone troughs and pots and such, and it all seems to be very stripped bare here, as if everything seems to be in hibernation mode. The floor is not stone here, it's dirt, and it's bare as well, and radiating cold. Your breath frosts in front of you, and it's colder here than it seems it was outside. There's a frosty silence, and as you look through the many bonsai trees, bushes, and plants, you do see a large pine tree towards the back. No, that was me. I typed... Oh, okay. Don't close the door. Make an investigation check to look for frost vines. Alright, investigation. I I would give it to you that you could probably do survival, if you like, instead of investigation. I know your investigation's pretty good. Let's see. Investigation +1, and survival is 0, but you do get an advantage in the winter woods. I would say this place would apply as the winter woods. So we could roll twice, flat roll twice with advantage. Flat roll twice, take the higher number, or we could roll once and add 1 to it. Survival? Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. Alright, the first one is a 4. And our second one's an 8. So, with a 4 and an 8, we're going to look around through the bushes and the mini bonsai trees of evergreen plants and such. Roll better, TK. Alright, you know what? Let me give you another one. Maybe it's the dice tray. Let me give you one more. Oh, no. No! That was a little better. It was a 13. We're getting completely got by this fridge. Yeah, this fridge is like not letting you do nothing. So we'll call that with that. Oh. Do you guys want to use your tavern token? For those joining us now, our new members, our tavern tokens are our just say no coins. These are the I tell the DM what happens coins. This is our inspiration, hero point, all of it rolled into one. You can use our red tavern tokens, of which, if I'm not mistaken, we have 8 tavern tokens plus our black tavern token that we found last episode. These can be used for many things. We can make an attack that hit critical. We can make a missed attack hit. We can use them in place of a spell slot that we have for that day. You can use as many as you like, but you will be getting no more for the campaign. So you guys let me know. Just a reminder, I've got them up here by our spell candles. Also, don't forget the spell candles. Last week, if I'm not mistaken, we cast Resistance as we were racing to our Druidic storehouse. So we have 1 spell slot that's been used, 1 still available. There seems to be no Frostmane on the smaller plants that appear through the throughout the back storeroom. Yeah, it might have been shield. Don't roll in the dice tray anymore. Maybe not. Maybe I'll make myself a little spot here. Yeah, you guys are not rolling so well. Or I guess I'm not rolling so hot. But to be fair, Ippity didn't do very well either. Let's use 1 red to heroically find the Frostmane. Well, so far there's nothing keeping you from just kind of taking your time, taking 20 as it were, and just kind of searching the place and seeing how you do. That was seeing, like, in a quick glance around what happens. So we can do this, and then I'll just kind of roll a few dice and see how long it takes. There are people, I'm worried about people banging down the door. There are people banging down the door. Can you guys see me? My screen has gone black. Can you guys still see me? Okay, cool. Mine over here says blacky black, so good. See? Fantastic. Thank you, fantastico. Cool, so you guys are going to approach the large pine tree in the back, and as you approach it, I'm going to give you a perception check. That's 5 minus freaking 2 again, so that's a 3. So you guys don't notice anything until you get very close to the pine tree, and so as you get very close to look over it in the frosted silence in the back room, the large pine tree is rooted straight through the earth like the storehouse was built around it. Frostmane has grown across the top of it. You can see it sparkling in its frosty vininess. There's streams of it coming down and bits of it hanging out the sides. And as you approach it, very excited to so easily find this thing, this crystal threaded, glass bright, beautiful vine, a badger person steps into view. He's gnashing his teeth, much as the other zombies were. The other infected, I should say. But he doesn't seem to be foaming at the mouth. And as close as you've gotten, you're able to see that he's kind of circling the pine tree. And he hasn't seemed to notice you yet. Pacing in this tight circle around the tree, he's whispering like a broken prayer.
Mine.
Need. And then he begins to shake violently. And he raises his hands and he begins to beat them against the trunk of this tree.
Get in and get in!
Then the badger's throat and then the badger's head snaps and his eyes go wide and he sees you as you stand there roughly 20-25 feet away. The badger locks eyes on you, gnashing teeth. And we're going to roll initiative. Ah, beans. Take 20 and break off if we hear the door splinter. For heck's sake, tuck behind something and throw a rock off to the other side of the room. Ah, beans. Crap, dude, you okay? I was trying to zombie scream. You guys didn't like the zombie scream? I thought it was dope. I do need a sip of water now. So, he frantically rushes at you, screaming, "Get in, get in!" And we're going to roll initiative. I thought it was a pretty good zombie noise. Okay, so Logan, your initiative is +1. Let's see how it does out of the dice tray. A 19. We got a 19 +1, guys. Dirty 20, what up? My favorite kind of 20. Nice. All right, so our initiative order is going Logan first, Zombie Badger second. He was tipped. Wasn't the guy doing... It was a good zombie noise. After we roll, I say climb the tree. Wasn't the guy doing the T research a badger? Yeah, he was tipped. So now might be a good time to try lay on hands. We can try and cure him. I say we climb the tree. Jeez, so much. Try to get to the Frostmane, then throw some down at the badger to satiate him. Frostmane, I mean. With what? We need a Frostmane. I think what Aiden's saying is climb the tree and throw the Frostmane, because in the beginning the badger was saying, mine, need, and then after that he seemed to yell a get in thing, and then when he noticed you, he did the crazy zombie scream and ran at you. Tipped was saying try lay on hands to cure him of his disease, and as a paladin we get a pool of points that we can use for healing. That's true. You guys do have a point. You have 10 points right now. Spending 5 of those, we can cure disease, if this is a disease and not a curse. Ooh. Yeah, let me switch us over now that we're in battle mode. I still need to get a laptop, and hopefully this doesn't screw everything up. Alright. Alright, looking good. Oh wait, hold on. It hasn't changed yet. Alright, looking good. We get those points back on a long rest, so we may as well use them. Yeah, you absolutely do. So if you look over to the right, you've got your stats, you've got your skills and abilities, you've got your special abilities, lay on hands, such inventory over here. With the lay on hands ability, if I'm not mistaken, you take an action to use 5 of your 10 points to cure a disease. Danger is if we try it, it doesn't work. Now we're just poking the zombie. LOL. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Zombie, you doing okay? Yeah, that is a thing. The range is touch, as it says, lay on hands. So let's see. What do you got? You've got resistance, Lornell's mark, which is like a souped up hunter's mark. Only works on animals, though. What else do you have? Sorry, that Lornell's mark's a long one. Shield of Faith, so you can make a shield. Cure wounds, you can cure some wounds. Divine Smite, you do extra damage. And that takes a bonus action. And then we have, as our features... yeah. I always forget to tell you guys about this one, but you have something called Verdant Step. So once per day, you can step into and out of a tree or greenery that is of a size of yourself, reappearing up to 30 feet away. So essentially, you have Misty Step or something like that, but it's Tree Step. So you can, as long as the greenery is about your size, you can step into it, step out of another one about 30 feet away. So that could solve your climbing the tree problem. You could just run into the bottom, pop out the top. Are these a little easier to see? I try to zoom in on them and make the font a little bit larger. And what else you got? Lay on hands. You have a pool of healing power that replenishes when you do a long rest. As an action, you touch a creature, you can restore 5 health or expend 5 points to cure 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison affecting it. You also have Divine Sense, where you can detect strong good or evil until the end of your next turn. We don't have any disease resistance as a paladin this level, right? Guessing Verdant Step is an action. Don't believe you have any resistance, but I do have your resistances here. I'll go check that out, and then I'll answer your question about Verdant Step. Resistances. No, it's a bonus action. That's how I balanced it. You can only do it once a day, but you can do it as a bonus action. And I believe as you level up, it gets to be higher. I think at level 3 you get 2. At level 6 you can do it 3 times. At level 9, 4. I think I did it every 3 levels. I think level 3 is the disease immunity. I think you're correct on that. Let's just go level up quick and come back. I just keep thinking we're in a walk-in freezer with a rabid zombie badger, climb the tree, and give him something to pacify him. Can we ready a bonus action? Can you ready a bonus action? I don't see why not. You could ready a... I don't know what the rules as written are on that, and my tablet's down, so I can't look it up real quick. But what I'll say is that you can ready your bonus action, but you cannot ready your action. So, like, if you ready your bonus action, you can say, I run to the tree and use my bonus action to jump in the tree and come out the top. But you won't then also be able to ready your action. Does that make sense? Unless you're ready one or the other. Could we action, lay on hands, and then ready Verdant Step to pop into the tree if there's no effect? Yeah. I mean, it's action, bonus action, and movement. You can break your movement up however you want, so you could potentially, He's 25 feet away, but you have 35 feet of movement, and he's walking a tight circle around the tree. So you could run the 25 feet to him, use your action, see what happens, and then bonus action, and then use the rest of your movement, the 10 feet you have left, to walk to the tree and bonus action, verdant step through it. That, you could absolutely do that. And then the lay on hands is an instantaneous effect, so you'll know immediately if it works or not. Let's do it. I think that's a solid plan. Okay, wasn't sure if we'd have to wait until his turn to see. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if it had like a spell effect time, I would say, but you're gonna see something when you do it. So, boom. For flavor, let's grab him as he's walking away from us around the tree, so it's like a surprise lay on hands. If you'll recall that wonderful zombie scream I did, he turned, did his zombie scream, and charged at you. Let me give you a rendition. He snapped his head, he said, "Ah!" And then he crouched down to all fours and started tearing ass across the dirt floor at you. And then you rolled a dirty 20, so you guys get to go first. That's okay, I wanted to do the scream again. I was thinking, I've been driving to work, practicing these voices and doing the zombie scream and stuff in the car. So like, I'll be sitting at a red light, and I'll be like, "Ah! My blood, my blade, my land, Moira, Moira!" And then like, whoever's sitting beside me at that red light has got to be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I, for one, am loving the screams. LOL. What up, Rhythm? Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. You may have seen me in the employee parking lot practicing the screams. And if you did, I appreciate you not calling the cops. So, cool. So we're going to run at him. We're going to use Lay on Hands, which is, as I recall, it's just an action that happens. You don't roll for anything. We'll see what happens. And then we're going to bolt to the tree. May your sword stay sharp, your wits stay sharper, and may your story continue long into the night. And thank you again for joining us here at the Gilded Coin Tavern